All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. Right now, we are live at GAMA, the Gaming Manufacturers Association, here at fabulous Las Vegas, at Bally's Hotel and Casino, and I am joined with Daniel Zayas from Eagle-Gryphon Games. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
So, first off, how's the con treating you so far?
It is very, very busy. We're very busy. It's been a very productive convention for us. A lot of the new team members, well, not new team members, but like us together, are now reaching out to the distributors and retailers with our new products. So it's been fun so far.
Fantastic.
My feet hurt, but it's fun.
That's part of the con experience.
Yes,
right?
it is.
So just basically, what games do you guys have just coming up? I know you said earlier to me that you had something coming out on Kickstarter. If you want to talk about that a little bit.
we just launched today Baseball Highlights Spring Training, Baseball Highlights 2045 Spring Training, and that is essentially a introductory version of Baseball Highlights. It's mostly for people who haven't bought into Baseball Highlights at all and are looking for a guilt-free entry into the game. It's $19 on Kickstarter right now. We also made extra content in the same Kickstarter for the fans. So we have 3 new expansion card packs, as well as 2 promos. So we have the 7-card promo that was in existence, and then the brand new King Yaz promo, which is pretty neat. And that one is going to be on Kickstarter for the next 20 days or so, and then and then that'll get out to backers, relatively soon after.
Fantastic. And what's your goal on that on Kickstarter?
It was only a $4,000 goal. We met it fairly quickly, and then now we're just. I will say that we do have some surprises lined up mid-campaign.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's going to be some big stuff that if you like back for $1 now if you're on the fence and wait for us to announce it, but it's going to be some good stuff coming out.
Swing for the fences later, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So do you want to tell the audience a little bit about Baseball Highlights if they have not familiarized themselves?
Sure. So Baseball Highlights 2045 is a deck improvement game. So essentially you will have a deck of cards to start with, and you'll pull 6. You will be challenging base runs in each card you play. So let's just say I'm going to challenge a single. Your opponent would need to respond with either a defensive play or a different card that will allow you to then play that single to first base. And then as the game progresses, as you're playing cards, you're actually going to score runs, and after the 6th card is played, there's some variations of that, but after the 6th card is played, you tally the points, and the person would win the mini game. And in between each round, there is a buying process where you would spend the cards that you use that round have income or cash associated with it, and you would use that to buy the free agent cards that are displayed. And then you keep on doing these rounds until there is a clear winner. It's I think it's like best of 4 or something like that.
Okay.
An agreed upon amount. So.
And that is a 2-player game or 2-4?
So it is a 2-player game. Especially the spring training is definitely a 2-player game because we pared it down to 2 starter teams. The Baseball Highlights 2045, the original, comes with 4 starter teams. So technically, you could do this sort of round robin of playing against each other to see who is the best out of the 4. So you would play against one opponent, and then you would play against the other opponent in the next round, and so forth until you've played with everybody essentially, and then compare scores at that point.
Fantastic. And what's the gameplay time on that roughly?
Gameplay time isn't that long. It sits in probably like the 30-45 minute bracket.
Nice, so nice and
Yeah.
succinct.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people want to know this one. What was the expected delivery date looking like for this game after Kickstarter?
I think that we're going to have that one ready fairly quickly, actually. The reason being is that the only new printed component is the box, because we've actually for the spring training, again, it's just a pared down version, introductory game. Mm-hmm. So we've just taken out the two of the introductory or starter teams, and we took out some of the free agents that made the game a little more friendly to the beginner, right? Mm-hmm. So the only new printed product is really the box, so it's going to be fairly quickly out there. I want to say that it'll be out in June or July, but
okay.
No, don't hold me to any dates. Anything I say date-wise is always up for,
It's recorded now. We have legal precedence.
Yeah, right, sure, okay. Yeah, I say nothing final.
Very good. Well, that sounds awesome. We're very excited to see that coming to the stores and all of that fun stuff. On top of that, though, what other games and projects do you guys have lined up for this year?
We have 13 Kickstarter campaigns slotted for this year. It's a lot. It's a heavy cadence of games coming out, but we like them, so we want other people to share that. So in May, we're relaunching Skyways. We launched that last year, and we got a lot of feedback from the customers that were in support of the product, but had issues with, for instance, the color palette was off, we think, and we also wanted to make it a little more of a refined experience as far as the component and the actual board. The board needed to be redone. So what that is a abstract city building game. You're laying these blocks that are representing your essentially your cityscape, and you have these connecting skyways that will generate more points, essentially, because you're trying to create these patches of the same color. But it's a really cool abstract city building game, and that one will be out in May. Then in June, we have Titan Dice, which is going to be like Greek-themed titans. You're trying to capture these mythical beasts using these dice, and the dice will generate your progress, and you also be able to grab abilities and spending them. And in using your special abilities, it'll make that all jumbled up, right? You'll break the rules of the game using the cards. That one's going to be really cool. And then that'll take us to July, and July is going to be oh man, I had it on top of my tongue. I'll come back to July because I forget right off the bat. But August is going to be Scarlet Pimpernel, and I actually have a box here. Scarlet Pimpernel. Hey.
Ooh. So what is Scarlet Pimpernel?
This one is by Brian Kelly. It's a lightweight Euro. It's if anyone's like any literary fans out there, this is like one of those classic literature books. Scarlet Pimpernel actually holds a place in literary history as the first masked hero of all time, right? So he's the original superhero, if you could argue. So this guy, Sir Percy Blakeney is the character in Scarlet Pimpernel, and essentially it takes place during the French Revolution. Sir Blakeney, he is in England and watching these royals being killed by the peasants, right? Mm-hmm. Or the revolution.
The revolutionaries,
yes. Yeah. And so he takes it upon himself to go and try and rescue them and thwart the revolutionaries in whatever missions he has planned. And in the game, you're actually taking the role of one of his trusted advisors. In the story, he does have like a group of trusted advisors who help him accomplish these missions. So in the story, you're actually using these cubes to set up a path for him to get from point A to point B. You're having you're recruiting colonists to help the Scarlet Pimpernel. You're recruiting resources like horses and carts and paper and masks It's pretty cool. And then what happens is it feels like a co-op at first, but in reality you're trying to become the most trusted advisor. So there's a little bit of, I don't want to say backstabbing, but there's very much like underhanded tactics to end a round early so that you can then reap the rewards of what you accomplished in that round, even if it means that the Scarlet Pimpernel fails his mission. So the Scarlet Pimpernel is an independent character in this story. You're just helping him.
Just working for him.
Yeah. There is a really cool variant to this where not only do you have Sir Percy Blakeney, but you also have Chauvelin, who is the chief of public safety. And what happens if you ever fail a mission, whatever pieces of the mission fail, you'll actually move Chauvelin to the spaces that the Scarlet Pimpernel has been in the past. So he's kind of chasing as the Scarlet Pimpernel is completing missions, and if ever he catches up to him, instead of the next round you doing a mission, you're actually going to have to go and rescue the Scarlet Pimpernel out of prison, which is super cool.
So he's going after the masked vigilante, trying to take
Exactly, he's going after the masked vigilante. You just jogged my memory. In July, we are launching Vigilante.
Perfect.
Yes, and that is actually a dice placement game. You are essentially this vigilante in a city that is overrun with crime, and you are trying to build your super suit, and using training, using resources, using all sorts of things where you will claim these. You'll have to have a certain dice roll, and then you can claim the card that will have a specific piece of your armor.
Right.
And you'll have like arm pieces and body and head and 2 leg pieces, and then you can have like weapons, unlimited weapons. It's pretty cool. That one's going to be out in July on Kickstarter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I really love the concept of the classic literature theme board games like
yes,
that. It's
I love it.
Definitely something a little bit more unique to the industry as well. Everything likes to revolve around superheroes and stuff to that effect, and sci-fi, and then to go back in time to that, I think is really cool as well. Yeah,
we really like it. It's going to be a nice lightweight Euro for us, and then. Oh, I do want to say, after Scarlet Pimpernel, there is going to be a Defenders of the Realm expansion called Companions and Catacombs. I haven't played the expansion yet, so I don't want to speak to it, but it's gonna. I know that Vigilante hasn't failed us yet with any of that, so it's going to be really fun to do those. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot here.
Okay.
What is the one that you are looking forward to the most? What's your personal most anticipated one?
My personal most anticipated one is probably I really do. So okay, I'm gonna pick 2.
Okay.
Okay. So Scarlet Pimpernel is gonna be awesome because the artwork is being done by Ian O'Toole, who is now known for all of his beautiful artwork in like games like Vinos and Lisboa and Gallerus. So he is tackling the art for Scarlet Pimpernel. So everything I have in the box here is actually just prototype art, but it's still like nice looking, and to think O'Toole is going to improve upon that, that's really exciting.
The next level.
Also, our in-house graphic designer has redone all of the art for Skyways, and that was an exciting process to be part of too. So Skyways is actually going to be really, you won't be able to, you'll be able to tell the difference as far as like, you'll be able to see that the game is the same, right? The gameplay is such that it remained intact, but the leaps and bounds from where we were before with what the artwork is now is incredible. We kind of modeled it after the Lego architecture series.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's very like natural gray and refined tones. Earth tones, exactly. And we're really excited about that relaunch. It's gonna be it was well worth the time that we spent extra. We probably spent close to a year now extra on it, and it was worth it.
That's exciting because the artwork will definitely add a nice little finishing touch to everything. And the way you described it, I'm very excited to see how it turns out in the end there.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
All right. So other than that, is there anything else that you wanted to touch on during this little interview here?
No, I'm having a great time at GAMA. I'm excited to see what happens next year for Reno, and I'm having a good time.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks.
And this is Twist Gaming signing off. Thank you all for joining us, and we're here at Fabulous Bally's Las Vegas. Take care, everyone, and we hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.